Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a full face of Tom Ford makeup, but we're specifically going to be focusing on the Tom Ford shade in Illuminate, and I picked it up in Rose Cashmere. So you guys, I had Fomo. I have to admit, these kept on selling out everywhere, and I was able to get my hands on this Rose Cashmere. And I do not actually own one of these little face palettes, and I've always heard fantastic things about them. So what I thought we would do is we're going to do a full face of my Tom Ford favorites. We are going to be putting this beauty on my face. I'm going to give you swatches and my final thoughts on this beautiful Tom Ford palette. So if you're interested in seeing how I got this look using the Tom Ford shade in Illuminate palette in Rose Cashmere, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so excited because I don't actually own one of these Tom Ford face palettes, and I got Fomo. So they kept on selling out everywhere, and I did score the Rose Cashmere. So this is 0.5 intensity, and as you would expect from Tom Ford, beautiful packaging. And yes, it comes with its little case. I never keep those, but maybe I should. So I was actually kind of interested in the Moonlit one that had a little bit more purpley tones, but that one sold out, and this was my second choice, and I luckily got it. So what I thought we would do is a full face of Tom Ford, but let me go ahead and swatch this beauty for you. First, I'm going to give you a close-up of these shades. So pretty. This is the quad over here from lightest to the second row. And then we've got the gold highlighter, and then we have the bronzer. Okay, we are going to start with the Tom Ford Illuminating Primer. And this was one of my original favorite primers. And I'm just going to kind of put that all over my face. Now with this one, I always just really liked it because it gave me a subtle glow, not too blingy, and it also is very hydrating to the skin. I pulled out an oldie but a goodie. This is the Tom Ford. This is the Flawless Soleil Glow Foundation, and this was a heavy favorite last summer, and I was like, why haven't I used it? So it does have that kind of pipette kind of applicator, which is not my favorite, and I'm in the shade 4.5, and this one is just going to give me a nice little glowy kind of look to the skin. Now I know that you can still pick this up, and I've actually seen it on sale at some retailers. So if you like the way this looks, this might be the time to pick it up on sale. The one thing is, I will say, just like all of the new kind of foundations from Tom Ford, it has that lavender smell to it, and my skin doesn't necessarily love that, but I do enjoy this foundation. I just can't wear it every single day. So I am just kind of putting this on with fingertips first. It's just a nice thin consistency. This does have SPF in it. This does have SPF of 30 in it. This is a chemical and physical mix of sunscreen. I'm going to take my IT Cosmetics and we are going to buff this into the skin. this one reminded me, if you've ever tried the Bobbi Brown Intensive Serum foundation, that's what it reminded me of. And I really did like that one, but again, that lavender in it, by the end of the day, my nose tends to get a little bit red from that essential oil in there. That's just my own personal experience, but I was curious as to why at the end of the day my skin was kind of getting red. Does not enjoy that lavender essential oil, and I don't actually think it's that great for your skin either. But I do love the look of this foundation. And I'm quickly going to put on Tom Ford. This is the Emotion Proof Concealer. This is another one that I really enjoy because it's got a nice thin consistency and it does not make me look 100 years old. So just gonna put it in the dark little socket areas, and then I'm gonna use my ring fingers, and we are going to kind of we're gonna kind of dab this just like this underneath the eye and then pull it up. So down, 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 kind of up into that triangle area, lightening up just like this. Put a little bit on my lids as a base. And I'm in Pale Dune. I believe that is 3, but of course my eyeballs can't see the little number on there. Okay, next I'm gonna set this with one of my favorite powders. This is the Illuminating powder, and I'm just gonna take my little brush here, and we are gonna set this really quick before we get to the fun with the palette. So I'm just kind of lightly dabbing this on. Okay, we have a nice blank canvas to play with. Now, originally, I was worried that this might be a little bit too light for my skin tone, and I wasn't a huge fan of the gold highlighter. So that was my hesitation, but then the next one up, the red harness, just wasn't calling my name. So we ended up with this one because this is what I could get my hands on, and let's see how this bronzer shade works. I'm taking my Sonia G, and we are going to put this on. So far, that color seems to be working. Actually, it's pretty. Okay, so far I'm actually really liking the bronzer. It is not appearing too light. When I swatched it, it wasn't coming out super strong, but that happens with some things anyways. When you swatch, they don't do the best swatch, but when you apply it on your skin, it works out perfectly. So we're just gonna go in, give myself a little bit of a bronze look here. Here is the bronze color, and this is the 0.5. This is the lightest palette, and so far so good. So really enjoying that. Then let's go ahead, we'll put a little highlighter on just to check it out. So again, not totally attracted to this kind of gold highlight, so I'm just taking it, and this is just one of these Real Techniques kind of fluffy brushes, and I'm going to put a little bit of that, just a little on my cheekbones, just a dabbing that. And then there is that highlighter, and again, not as scary as I thought. There was other highlighters and other palettes that I had kind of wished took this place in this particular little face palette, but so far working pretty well. So let's get to the fun part and do eyes. Now this really is a pretty kind of quad, right up my alley. Okay, we are gonna start with this beauty over here. Oh, Now you guys, the packaging is amazing. I'm loving this big mirror. Go ahead and take the plastic off. Okay, here is this color right here, and I'm using a Sonia G. This is a Worker 2, kind of a bigger brush, and ooh, that's pretty. The lid, and then just kind of pull up whatever's left on my brush up into that brow bone. Okay, light little dusting of the lightest shade in here. Next, I'm going in with my rougher number 1, a little bit more of a fluffier brush with this beautiful color here, this rose color, and we are going to put that in the crease, and then whatever's left over, we can put a little bit of that on the rest of the lid. But just taking a little bit more, and I'm going to intensify that crease just a little with that pretty color. I'm going to take rougher number 13, and I'm going to put it in this deeper kind of brown shade, and we are going to use this kind of in the outer corner. Take rougher number 3, the little pencil pro, and I'm going to run a little bit of that taupey brown underneath my lash line. And I'm taking the Sonia G, the Blender Pro, kind of a flat brush, and I'm going into this pretty guy right here. And I'm going to place that on my lid. Now I'm going to go in with the bronzer, and I am going to put a little bit more of that in the crease to kind of tie everything together. Okay guys, here is the Rose Cashmere on the eyes so far. Now I am someone who is going to need a little bit of eyeliner, so I'm going to be using my favorite Chanel Brune Agape, but you can just do you if you do not wear eyeliner. You can skip this part and go straight to lashes, but I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this near the lash line. I think this will be a perfect little complement to this beautiful quad. It is a chestnutty brown, not over the top, but it seems to kind of help pop my eye color. So I am just going to do that real quick. I'm gonna go put on some mascara, and then I'll be right back to finish off the face. Okay guys, here is the eye look with mascara, and it's just a really pretty day-to-day eye look. So I have to admit that I am not the biggest fan of these wet dry formulas for my more mature eyes. I always feel like I need more of a matte that's going to kind of ground everything. But I have to say I'm loving this because I'm not finding it over the top. But that being said, I have to say I am loving this quad. I'm finding that it's just very easy to wear. This color scheme is just something that I'm gonna wear like every single day. Yes, do I probably have something like this in my collection? I may, because this is a very kind of Abby eye. Love that kind of rose, a little bit of rose gold kind of look. So this is just right up my alley. I am pleasantly surprised with the bronzer and the highlighter. I was really worried about this guy here. When you swatch it, it just looked a little bit over the top for me, but once I put it on my skin, I'm not finding it to be too crazy. So I'm actually thrilled because I think I will actually use this guy, and since I didn't have one of these in my collection, believe it or not, I needed to get this out of my system. So let's put a little bit of blush on. We're going to be using my favorite Tom Ford blush. This is in Inhibition. Still my favorite out of like pretty much all of my blushes. This is just one of these that I think is such a nice neutral kind of shade. This guy is expensive, but you get a lot of product, and this is one of the blushes I pull out like when in doubt what I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna pull out this color. To me, it is just the kind of perfect neutral blush that goes with every kind of eye look. So love Inhibition. Now for lips, I pulled out Indian Rose. This is a great kind of universal color, but Tom Ford came out with the cutest limited edition rose prick colors. And you guys, it comes in Indian Rose and Casablanca, which I already own both in this packaging, but the rose prick packaging is so pretty, so cute and classy. So if you are in the market for a great lipstick, then Indian Rose in the rose prick packaging might be right up your alley. So let me put this one on. And here is the color Indian Rose. To finish off, I'm going to pop on a teeny bit of gloss, and this is in Impulse. This is just a beautiful sort of pink with a little bit of pearl in it, and I love the combination of these two together, Indian Rose with Impulse. I just feel like those lip colors really go well with this beautiful Rose Cashmere palette. And so far, you guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you picked up one of these. I've missed out a couple different times, and I had a client slash subscriber text me immediately and was like, they're back in stock at Nordstrom's. You have to get one right now. And I had FOMO. So by the time I got on Nordstrom, all that was left was Rose Cashmere and Red Harness, and I ended up going with this one because I remember watching Mel Thompson do a look with this and just thinking this is totally right up my alley. So you guys, this is the full look using all Tom Ford today and this beautiful palette. Let me know if you pick this up. I am pretty darn sure that these are gonna come to other retailers. It launched on Nordstrom. I feel like it will be coming to Bloomingdale's, Beautylish, so I will keep you posted on that. But since I haven't ever tried one, I think it was time, and if we ever do get to travel, I would love to take this with me because it's gonna give me one-stop shop, give me my bronzer, my eye look that I'm gonna wear all the time. So very happy with this purchase. And you guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll be back with another video soon.